The Danish Deception, part 22. So my little sister looks at me and she says, he took $3,000 from me. And I am just silent for like 5 seconds. And I want you all to picture a horror movie in your mind and picture the screams in that horror movie. I can guarantee you the screams that were heard from me were 10 times worse. It was the most heartbreaking moment of my entire life. My little sister is like, she's my world, and to know that he took advantage of her was just, it was so heartbreaking. And in that moment, I 100% fell out of love with him, and it was like the spell that was on me had been broken. I went from survival mode to clarity in a matter of seconds. He asked my little sister for money 2 times. The first time was back in May. It was for a birthday present for me, which is crazy because he did not get me a birthday present that year because I asked him not to because I wanted us to save money. He paid her back, and he actually paid her back with interest, but it took him like a month and a half to send it back to her. And then he asked her for money again in the beginning of August, saying that he was planning a surprise for me for our wedding in Nigeria. And again, he's having issues with the transfer between his Danish account and his personal account. And she sent him the money, and that amount was not paid back to her. So I sent him a text and I said, "You took $3,000 from my little sister. I hate you. No wonder why you left. You're a fucking coward. I don't know how in deep you are, but please know I will make it back from this. Fuck you. You were right. There's no coming back from this. You're a pathetic waste of space." And he responds, "You're right, but don't worry. You'll get what's yours. You can start the filing process so we can be done with this." I said, "Glad we're finally on the same page." He said, "Me too. I'll need my passport back Thursday. Can we find a way to make that work?" I said, "Absolutely, whenever you pay us back." And I said, "You're the most disgusting human I've ever met." He said, "That's a mature comment, but that deal works. What's the exact amount I owe you?" And I said, "Love how you use the word mature as you flee the state, LMAO. I mean country. I mean continent." He goes, "I'm not fleeing, Anyika. I'm going to make sure you get what's yours. That's all I've been trying to do. You can believe that if you want to or not." Well, I'm just scream crying at this point, just being like, no, 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 no. And it takes me some time to like gather myself. And then I realize, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's not the only one. So the first person I call is one of my close friends, Chris, and him and his wife, Thea, they're pregnant with their first kid and they're buying their first house. Obviously, money's tight. And I called him and I said, "Did you give money to my ex?" And he goes, "Yeah, I did." And then I just start scream crying on the phone. And then I tell him everything that's happening. And it was so heartbreaking because like I had to tell people these things, and then I would be so emotional, so wrecked. And then I would gather myself, and then I would realize that there's another person I have to call. So after I called Chris, I called my friend Rob and asked him, "Did you loan money to my ex?" And he said, "Yes, I did." And again, I'm scream crying. He borrowed money from Rob 2 times. The first time he said that he was buying an Aston Martin DB9, and he was trying to shuffle funds between his Danish account and his American account. It was taking a while. That amount of money was paid back, and then he came back and asked money from Chris and Rob and said that he was trying to surprise me with this super rare Rolex. And he was trying to surprise me with it for the wedding, and the store just got it, and he didn't think they were going to get it again before the wedding. And so that's how he got money from them the second time around. Then I messaged him, "Chris and Rob too? What the fuck?" And he said, "You don't have to remind me. I am aware. That's why I need to go back and fix it." And then I text him in all caps, "Who else?" And then he doesn't respond. Then I called one of my friends that I've known since high school, asked him, "Did you give my ex money?" He said yes. He had loaned him money as well. And then I made a call to my cousin and I asked him, I said, "Did you loan my ex money?" And he said yes. and we are the godparents to his son. And that one was like so heartbreaking because this man trusted us to be godparents to his child, and you did this to him. And he's like a second brother to me, and it broke me completely to know that he could hurt people I loved like this. And I was in total shock at this point. I was so hurt. I was so angry, and I did not know what to do. At that point, I'm like, I need to contact his family right now. So I call his little sister, and it's like 11 p.m. in Denmark, but I did not care. I called her, she answered, and I tell her everything, and I'm hysterically crying, and she's just in shock. And her fiance goes to his mom's house, picks his mom up, brings her to their home, and then they call me again, and now the three of them are there, and I tell them everything again, and we're all just crying, like all of us, and I don't even know what to say. And they were like, we knew he had a problem 10 years ago, and he went into treatment, and he got better, and like, we never knew that he was still doing this. And I was so angry because I felt like I deserved to know this when I met them. Like, I feel like they should have told me this right away. And that's when I started feeling a lot of resentment. I know like it's not fair to put the blame on them because I know they're not responsible for his actions, but I absolutely felt so much resentment towards them at that moment. So then I tell them, I'm like, he's lied about so much stuff. He lied about going to the Olympics. He lied about the home he lived in. And then I thought to myself, the royal title. So I asked them, I go, do you guys have a royal title? And the look on their face, they were horrified, absolutely horrified. The lie that he had told my cousin was that he was buying a Ferrari, and again, he was having issues getting money from his Danish account to his American account, and he needed a short loan. A Ferrari. Then I texted him, you took money from my cousin too. I'm so sick to my stomach. I wish I never fucking met you. And he goes, Anyeka, I understand. I don't need these reminders. And then I said in all caps, tell me who else. I said, be honest for once in your fucking life so I can finish making these calls and I can heal. And he said, no one is asking you to do that. That's a choice you have made. So over the course of the evening, a lot of people came over, like my cousin, his wife, my sisters were there, a bunch of my friends, and I was just crying. I just really just needed to be around my people while all of this was coming to light and all of this was unfolding. And so it was really rough, but I went to bed that night. My little sister did spend the night with me. And the next morning I decided I'm going to go on my Instagram and I'm going to unblock his ex-girlfriend and I'm going to reach out to her. So I unblock her and I send her a message. I go, hi, I've finally seen his true colors. I don't know how to understand the depth of what I'm going through. And she responded almost instantaneously. It was like, Anyeka, my heart goes out to you. I'm so sorry. There were so many times I wanted to reach out to you, but I felt like he was filling your mind with lies and you weren't going to believe anything that I said. And so I told her, I said, don't blame yourself, but like, I'm having a really hard time understanding the depth of what I'm going through. Are you available to have a quick conversation? And she said, absolutely, we can have a conversation. So at that point, I'm obviously experiencing so much darkness. I'm waiting for the ex to call me and I just need to find some light in my life. So I call my cousin's wife and I ask her, can I come over? Can I just spend some time with my godson? And she said, of course. So I go over to her house, I pick him up and I just hold him and I'm just like crying and I'm telling him, he's 1 year old, so he doesn't understand what's going on, but I'm just saying, I'm so sorry because like your godfather is an evil, evil monster. And I'm just now finding this out. And I just felt so bad for him that like one day he's gonna learn that this man was his godfather at one point. So I'm at my cousin's house waiting for the ex to call me and I just need to just start reaching out to every single person that's ever encountered him. And that was really, really difficult because a lot of these people are also my friends. And so I'm devastating them because everyone loved him. Everyone truly loved him. Everyone trusted him. So I find another friend that he owed $10,000 to. One of my coworkers that I used to work with, she told me that her husband gave him $10,000 to. The lies it was a variety of different lies. One person, he said that he was investing in a plot of land. Another person, he said that he was buying a car. The same lie about how his Danish account and his personal account aren't, like, he's having issues transferring money in between. And let me make something very, very clear. Every single person that he took money from, he told them explicitly not to tell me. And it's in text and it's in the receipts. He said, do not tell her, it's a surprise. I'm getting this car as a surprise. I'm getting this watch for her as a surprise. I'm buying this land as a surprise. It was all a surprise to me, which makes me so, so sick. So I'm on my phone. Again, I'm still waiting for the ex to call me. And I look down and I have a text from his older sister. And she said, Anyeka, can you please call me? I want to talk to you. And we will continue on in part 23.